Really enthusiastic about welcoming actress extraordinaire and pride of Indian cinema, Ms. Vidya Balan, for IIFA celebration here in our city, New York. We also like to welcome Sabas, who is not only a great visionary, but founder and whole planning for IIFA and Riskcraft, the #1 event in USA at present. Our life is full of side effects. And it can come from a lot of things. It can be shadi, it can be bosses, co-workers, girlfriend, boyfriend, and the list goes on. But thank God we have entertainment, which is the cure for all the side effects. And no wonder we doctors are prescribing entertainment to you. And we really welcome Dr. Kiran Patel's effort in bringing IIFA to USA. Me and my wife Kavita's journey to media started when we launched the show on NBC Philly. It's a health show. We do a weekly show on NBC and now on ABC network, and teaching people about health and disease problems. But we are really excited that IIFA, the Super Bowl of entertainment events, is coming to USA. And thanks Abbas and thanks Dr. Patel for bringing it. And now I would like to invite Dr. Imandi, who is the chairman of US Bollywood Enterprises and also chairman of FIA Tampa Bay, to speak few words. Thank you very much.
Dear Subhash, Mrs. Vidya Balan, Dr. Kiran Patel, and Dr. Sanjay Gupta and Kavita Gupta, journalists, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to participate in this event as on behalf of our banner, US Bollywood Enterprise LLC, which was created by us, myself and Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Myself, I am a practicing physician in Tampa Bay, and Dr. Sanjay Gupta also practicing physician here in New Jersey with the pain management, myself with the cancer therapy. We are really excited to bring IIFA into our town Tampa, and our mission is to bring ethnic entertainment to the Indian community of North America and Caribbean islands. We are proud to be associated with the Witchcraft International IIFA Bollywood Awards, which is a pinnacle for Bollywood entertainment. We are also very proud to bring this through our friend, my colleague and my close friend, Dr. Kiran Patel, who is also from Tampa, who is really backbone for bringing this one, IIFA, to USA. Most of the people want to ask me, why Tampa, why not any other city? But I think you have to understand, Tampa was working for a couple of years with the Witchcraft International. And we have, why Tampa also? Tampa has several Super Bowls plays, and also Republican National Convention, and we have the cruise center, lot of recreation centers, and lot of associations come to Tampa to do their annual function. So that's why the Tampa is now with the Witchcraft International IIFA will be recognized much more in the future. And also we our mission is also to bring these entertainments through create enthusiasm in youngsters, especially Indian community, to get together. Because as you know, the music is the international. Without music, people cannot celebrate any functions. As you know, most of the Indian communities, they do functions. But without entertainment, there is no function. So music, as Dr. Sanjay Gupta told, is one of the treatment for several conditions of our health. And also music with dance is really an exercise to keep good health and good heart. So we are really proud to bring IIFA and be associated with IIFA to do this function in a great way in Tampa. I just wanted to let all the music lovers of USA to take this opportunity. This is the first time they are doing in USA, in Tampa, and please take the opportunity and come and make it a grand success for the IIFA Bollywood show. Thank you very much. Appreciate for giving me the opportunity to talk on this IIFA. Thank you.
I'm Subhas Joseph, Director of Viscraft and IIFA. It's with great pleasure that I welcome all of you to today's conference. Before saying anything, I'd just like to say a big thank you from everyone from across the world to Tampa Bay for welcoming IIFA to America. And representing Tampa Bay and representing that spirit in that community is Tampa Bay's community leader, a philanthropist, a doctor, a visionary of a different level altogether. I was fortunate to be at his 65th birthday celebrations yesterday, and all he did was planted 65 trees around his house. And we were delighted to be part of it. And IIFA represents and holds a flag for the environment. So I'm very delighted to call to the podium a visionary, also another doctor. I've met so many doctors in my life, I think there's something wrong with me. Dr. Kiran Patel.
Thank you, Subhas. It's a pleasure to be here in front of you, especially with a star that is going to outshine all of us in this room in a few moments. I believe IIFA, and if I use the word Bollywood, is playing a tremendous role in the entire globe. I personally believe that art and music has no barriers of culture, class, creed, religion. And what a way to introduce our culture to the mainstream in the United States. So when IIFA comes to Tampa or comes to United States, it is not only entertainment what it is doing, but it is introducing our culture, our heritage to the mainstream America. And that's the part that I feel is very important. As you can see, in the last few months, the entire media is now focusing on India and Indian entertainment. Large articles in mainstream media are coming. These are all thanks to IIFA being in this country. Not only that, when you come to Tampa, you will see there will be over 130 CEOs of some of the largest companies in India coming to land into Tampa, and we'll have business forums. So the impact of IIFA and Bollywood is going to be far, far beyond those 3 days. What's going to be happening is relationships in business world, even in the world of art and cinema. Anil Kapoor is probably going to be doing one of his films with his daughter into doing some film in the Tampa Bay area at the University of South Florida. So what I'm telling is there is a ripple effect of partnerships between Hollywood and Bollywood, and more importantly, for all of us Indians, this is a way of showcasing our culture in a very different way, at a level that has never been witnessed in this country. When you see the Oscars, I believe that when people will see the IIFA, the platform, the magnitude, the stage is unbelievable. And this type of golden opportunity, when presented at our doorsteps, and cinema stars like Vidya Balan and others coming amongst us, what we are privileged for is very difficult to believe, because in India there'll be thousands, hundreds of thousands of people lining up to meet them at these close quarters. It will be very rare for us to be right next to a dignitary of that type. So these type of opportunities have been provided by IIFA. And I am appreciative of Wizcraft and everybody there to make this happen. At this point, I would like to, words cannot describe what IIFA is about. And what you will see is just a glimpse of it, because honestly, nothing can capture the fever, the fervor, the ambience, and the experience that you will see in Tampa. But at least let me try and illustrate to you with a video that will be shown to show what IIFA would be like. Let's have the video.
One dream. One legacy. One pilgrimage. One world.
Good evening, Amsterdam. Good evening, Dubai. Good evening, Russia. Good evening, Bangkok. It's very nice to see you all. Thank you, Toronto, for all the love, and more love.
Hello, Singapore!
Singapore, very nice love.
Good evening, Singapore.
The International Indian Film Academy. Giving the world a taste of the magic and madness. That is Indian cinema. IIFA weekend spans fashion extravaganzas,
Welcome, Foundation, fashion extravaganza.
film screenings, media briefings, musical experiences.
So folks, I wanna tell you how much I love you, 'cause I see Michael now in every one of you.
Celebrity outings, forums. And the grand spectacle. That is the IIFA Awards.
Namaste, Vidya Balan. It's a great honor to be here this evening. I'm a hometown girl, but my heart also belongs to India. What a beautiful night. Namaste, India. Namaste, world.
I love you, India. I love you, people.
Thank you, IIFA. Honoring the best and the greatest talent of Indian cinema.
And may the magic of IIFA go on for decades and decades more, and hopefully I'll be a part of it too.
IIFA today is extremely proud to present to him his outstanding contribution to cinema, Mr. Rajesh Khanna.
इस मूवमेंट ने मुझे बहुत इमोशनल हो गया हूँ मैं भाइयों. He's the best.
You make it possible for me to look at myself in the mirror and feel that I have accomplished. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not going to let this go. बहुत मुश्किल से मिला है मुझे.
So I humbly accept this award, my first award ever.
Thank you all here for honoring me. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, this is just the beginning.
There have been awards and awards and awards and so many awards, but this is one award that the whole film fraternity looks forward to.
We are very happy that this IIFA event is being held in Malaysia.
The number of visitors from India almost doubled compared to the same period last year. We in Singapore feel very proud to host this incredible event. There's an old movie song which says, "Jivan mein ek baar aana Singapore."
IIFA has made an excellent choice to bring this event to Amsterdam.
We are delighted to be hosting the IIFA weekend and awards India's biggest entertainment celebration.
A very warm welcome to all of you to Thailand. This is your second home. You already have found a place in our hearts.
Thank you, IIFA, for believing in this resilient island nation.
The whole weekend has been a celebration of the astounding creativity and global reach of Indian cinema.
We welcome you with open arms to see our land, meet our people, and share our story.
We're excited to have you and look forward to seeing you in Tampa Bay in 2014.
IIFA, more than just cinema. It's about building bridges.
We very much enjoyed working with IIFA to bring the awards to Ontario. And if it's possible for you to host the IIFA Awards, I highly recommend that you seize that wonderful and rare opportunity. It is quite simply magical.
It's more than a celebration. It's a phenomenon.
2014, we will see you at Tampa Bay in the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a glimpse of it, but I would like to now bring back on stage Sabas, who is the creator, one of the principals of Wizcraft, the creator of the magic and the madness in Tampa. Sabas.
Good afternoon. Every time someone tells me or tries to present that I'm one of the creators or one of the founders or one of the persons who owns IIFA, I actually am reminded that we actually don't own IIFA. We at Wizcraft, and that's my partners, Virav Sarkari and Andre Timmins and our team, believe that we are custodians of the goodwill. custodians of a brand that is owned by everybody. It's owned by every star, owned by every member of the film industry. It's owned by every fan of Indian cinema across the world. And as life has panned out, we believe that, and it's a great feeling because if you look at it, there was something very interesting that came through. I think it's someone's phone. I was listening to the radio in Tampa, and the famous presenter named Jack Harris. On the morning after the Oscars, he was live on radio, and without any prompting from any of us, said, last night the Oscars had 5% more viewership than ever before. They had 43 million people watching the Oscars across the world. And he said, those of you who don't know, coming to Tampa Bay are Bollywood's Oscars, and they're watched by 800 million people around the world. So when I look at it, it's really not because of us, it's because every one of you, every member of the media, every friend like Vidya, and a believer like Dr. K, who backed us, who believed in what it represents, because it doesn't represent us, it represents all of us who believe in this. The IIFA vision that we set in stone 14 years ago was very simple. We said we'd use the language of Indian cinema and cinema to go across the world, open people's minds, and really go out there and build bridges. Build bridges across cinemas, build bridges across music, nations, communities, and businesses. And it really came from a very simple story. It's an experience by itself. You go into a movie. When you go into a movie, the lights go out, and the screen before you lights up. Before you have a great story that all of us are watching. We clap together, we smile together, we stand up and shout, and we cry together. Suddenly, we all become one, experiencing common emotions, common experiences. It does not matter the person next to you is what color, what religion, what race, and where he's coming from. You just become one. And that really is the power of cinema. That power is what IIFA looks at harnessing, looks at building on, and looks at using to create our vision of one people, one world. It's something that means a lot to us. And if you look at everything that you saw in that video, you have the East and the West coming together. You have businesses coming together. You've got tourism coming together. And there's something very magical about tourism. Every time an IIFA is held, the country or the city that hosts the IIFAs benefits from a surge in tourism varying from 35% to as astounding a figure as 190%. And it is mind-blowing, and it just gets you off your chair. It's like, are you sure? And these are figures that come to us from the countries that host IIFA. So it's not like they want to tell us, listen, you've done a great job. It's them reporting to their governments or reporting to their authorities saying, listen, this is what the results have been. We've seen at the back of an IIFA, Indian companies going out there and investing in that economy. We've seen companies from that economy investing in India, joint ventures happening. We've seen film treaties being signed. We've seen films being funded by that country or investors from that country. So it's really a great community engagement that takes place, great business engagement that takes place. And whilst everyone has their eyes on the stars that are coming to IIFA, we at IIFA actually have our eyes on the business community that's coming to IIFA. Because whilst the event will happen, the event will go, it's what we do in the business space that will last forever. Those are the bridges that will last forever. And we're very focused on that. So this year, it's first telling you about who the stars are going to be at IIFA. I'm going to tell you about two people who are coming to the business forum at IIFA who are really special. There's Mr. Narayan Murthy, the executive chairman and co-founder of Infosys. He's addressing the business forum. Some of you know a lot about him, but he's a visionary of a different dimension altogether. He was adjudged the World Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young. out of something like 64 countries. He was somebody who introduced the entire concept of ESOPs, equity stock options, sharing value with people who work and create that wealth. No wonder his driver's a millionaire, multi-millionaire, sorry. It's really that kind of a philosophy that we are trying to look at. There's Dr. R.K. Pachauri who's coming in, and he's going to be talking about environmental issues and what corporates require to do with regard to sustainability and responsibility to the environment. Dr. Pachauri is chairman of the Energy Resources Institute and is also co-winner of the Nobel Peace Prize with Al Gore. And he's been the chairman of the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change for more than 8-10 years. So really a renowned world authority on environment. There's the there's an entire delegation coming in from FICCI, headed by its president, Mr. Siddharth Birla, and its Secretary General, Dr. Didar Singh. Fronting from the Tampa side and the US side is the USIBC, headed by Ron Summers, and also speakers like Vivek Lal, you've got Paul Rammel of TICO, you've got Paul Anderson of the Tampa Port Authority, you've got big hitting speakers all out there. So it's really going to promise us to be an engagement over 2 consecutive days, 24th and 25th. So that's really big for us at IIFA. On to the stuff that you really want to know. Finally, media is media. They want to know the glam stuff. I'm delighted to today announce that the first lot of tickets for the IIFA Awards was sold out pretty early. We immediately, not to have any repercussions of people feeling that they've lost out, put in the second lot of tickets into Ticketmaster. So that continues to sell. We've sold over 20,000 tickets in a very short time. And to make it an experience or a weekend to remember for a lifetime, these 20,000 people have the first chance to buy their tickets for the IIFA Magic of the Movies, which is held a day before the IIFA Awards. The IIFA Magic of the Movies, just a day before the IIFA Awards, because one night of IIFA was not enough, we were 2 nights of IIFA. And performing that day are Saif Ali Khan and Veer Das, who are going to hold forth. Those of you familiar with film awards, this is as big in IIFA as the actual IIFA itself, actual IIFA Awards. So don't get confused. This is one more night of the IIFAs. Saif Ali Khan and Veer Das. Performers are Bipasha Basu, Sonakshi Sinha, Kareena Kapoor. For the first time, we have the Pakistani superstar Rahat Fateh Ali Khan coming to IIFA and performing. You've got Preetham, who's holding forth. Farhan Akhtar, who's taking the stage to rock it. Shruti Hassan, who's going to sing with a piano, playing live. Aditi Rao Hydari, who's also going to sing, and a set of other singers. What you'll find at that night is the biggest stars of Indian cinema coming in to honor the technicians who have been adjudged as the best technicians of the year. So honoring our technicians for us is as big as honoring our stars, because it's a team effort that makes the movies, and we're going out there to really just establish and recognize that. The box office for IIFA Magic of the Movies will open only on the 15th for the public. From today, those who got the IIFA Awards tickets, they have the first chance to buy their tickets for IIFA Magic of the Movies, so they can have a weekend to remember. On to our dear friend Vidya. For us at IIFA and Wizcraft, we've always treated her, and she the same, as part of the same. We treat her like she belongs to us, and fortunately she hasn't complained. I'm delighted to have her out here. We're fortunate to have Vidya's first ever film also screened on the IIFA platform in Amsterdam. And it's been a journey that none of us can ever look back on. Besides winning the debut award immediately for that film, Parinita, which is a memorable film, I think forever she'll always be remembered as Parinita, in spite of all of her brilliant work. Those of you who don't know, in the last 4 years, Vidya has captured the Best Actor Female 3 times out of 4 years. So before I call her up on stage, I'm going to just share a small film that introduces our beloved Vidya.
My husband is missing. Please help me.
Vidya Balan. Vidya Balan, the dirty picture. Vidya Balan, Bogani.
Thank you, IIFA. I started my journey here with Parinita, and it's been a beautiful journey so far, and I have a very special place for IIFA in my heart.
सिर्फ तीन चीज़ों की वजह से चलती है, एंटरटेनमेंट, एंटरटेनमेंट, एंटरटेनमेंट और मैं एंटरटेनमेंट।
Ladies and gentlemen, Vidya Balan. I call on stage Dr. Kavita Gupta, who is a physician and represents the National Secretary of API. Kavita would like to just say a few words.
Thank you. Welcome, heartiest welcomes to all of you today. Our esteemed guest, our chief of guest, Ms. Vidya Balanji, Dr. Kiran Patel, Mr. Sabas, the extensive team from Wizcraft who have worked relentlessly to perform and have this press conference for you today. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Imandi, thank you again. I welcome you on behalf of NRI TV and API, who represents the interests of 45,000 Indian physicians practicing in the United States. And we'd also like to, on behalf of US Bollywood Enterprise. As you've seen, IIFA is the spirit and epitome of India that we are so fortunate to have in the United States. We are bringing a piece of India to the US, and we want to showcase that to the world. It is the saying that I want to share with you today. You can take India, an Indian man or woman, in this case, out of India, but you cannot take the Indian out of that man or woman. It is with great pleasure that I would like to introduce a woman who is truly the pride of Indian cinema. And as you've seen, her talent is brilliant, and she is also the pride to all of Indian women for her spectacular humanitarian service, and for the roles she selectively portrays in the films. With that, I'd like to introduce Ms. Vidya Balan. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Kavita. My pictures on that flower, I've never seen something like that before. So I'm quite thrilled. Thank you. Thank you, Sabas and Wizcraft, firstly for having me here, and for that lovely video about me, and more importantly about IIFA. Like I said, I started my journey at IIFA Amsterdam, and therefore, Sabas, you know, I don't complain because I do feel I belong to the IIFA family, or that the IIFA family belongs to me. It's a very mutual feeling. And like Dr. Kiran Patel said, IIFA is not something that can be described in words. It's really a feeling that brings people together. One people, one world is what IIFA truly stands for. It epitomizes, it celebrates, because while IIFA takes the fraternity to different parts of the world every year, one, it gives us a great opportunity to, you know, explore a new place, and importantly, it gives the fraternity to just spend some time together. Oftentimes, if you're not doing a film together, you don't end up spending too much time with your colleagues. But IIFA is that one place where all of us congregate. We look forward to that. We make plans for IIFA. There are, you know, of course, there are events happening every day, but there are parties happening at night. It's, I remember last year, after IIFA Macau, on our way back on the ferry, about 20 of us actors were busy playing dumb charades, and we had the best time of our lives. We continued that on the flight back to Bombay. So I really think IIFA brings people together. Of course, it brings people from different cultures together. It introduces, in some cases, and sometimes I think familiarizes even more people with Indian cinema, and kudos to Wizcraft and IIFA for that. I'm extremely thrilled to be here in this weather. I believe it was snowing a few days ago, and I don't think I would have been standing in front of you if I was here at that time. But I love New York and I love America, and I you know, when Sabas asked me, will you do this? The moment he said, I said, okay, I'm coming. So I'm extremely thrilled that IIFA is happening in Tampa Bay. We're looking forward to the 15th year of IIFA. It is going to be special in a lot of ways, which you will have to experience. So please, you know, get your tickets. Also, I'm personally excited because IIFA Wizcraft has given me the special opportunity to do the masterclass this year with Kevin Spacey. I don't know what I'm going to say, I don't know what I'm going to do, but it is an honor. It will be an honor to be sharing space with Kevin Spacey, but I just want to tell him one thing. He's got the house of cards, but I'm an ace. I'm just kidding, oh my god, I hope he doesn't read this. No, truly, this feels very, very special. I can't thank IIFA enough for everything that it has meant to me and the entire fraternity for all these years, and I'm sure we, the IIFA family, will go from strength to strength. And I personally welcome all of you and thank you very much for being here today. Thank you. Yeah, sure.
give us a couple of minutes. We'll organize some chairs for a Q&A. And
Or I think you guys should be fine without mics, right?
I'm going to request Dr. K and Vidya.
So we'll keep it pretty simple. Please raise your hand and we'll point out before you ask your question, please identify yourself and the publication of the media that you're representing. So last question, you guys are ready? Okay. Go ahead.
Sure. Thanks for doing this. Sean Smith, journalist at IIFA. I wanted to see what decisions you have this in the United States.
Where's the other mic? Like if his mic is on, he switch it off.
Did you have any ideas about the penetration of
Indian cinema makes about 1,742 films in a year. Around over 250 of them are Hindi films, Bollywood films. The US represents the second largest international market for Hindi films. We sell 5.3 billion tickets a year. So it gives you a sense of the scale, the penetration, how important and how relevant Bollywood films and Hindi films are to America and to this part of the world. How understood it is? I think as a country does well economically, immediately across the world there's that much more interest in understanding that country's culture, that country's economy, its philosophy, its religions, etc. So every day goes by, there's that much more growth for Hindi films and Bollywood, and I can only say that the penetration is really high. I'll probably give the mic to Vidya. She might give you a better sense of what she's experienced across America and fan reactions and media reactions.
Like Sabah said, it is the second biggest center for us, market for us, for our movies. And last year for the Independence Day parade, I was here. And I just experienced the magic, the love that people feel for us. And of course, I was extremely thrilled that there were so many Indians out on the streets. But what was very heartening to see, that there were a lot of local Americans also who began to watch Indian films, who probably read about the parade and who were there to watch the entire, the extravaganza, so to speak. And that is why I think America is the perfect place for us to have had. It was high time, really. I don't know what took us so long to come here, but I'm glad we've come here this year. We're coming here this year. Also, when I came through immigration today, there was this lady who looked at me and said, "So you're here for?" I said, "An IIFA press conference." So she said, "IIFA?" I said, "The International Indian Film Awards. It's an annual award function, and we celebrate Indian films all over the world in a new country every year." She said, "Really?" And then she began to relate. She said, I can't tell you the names of films that I've watched," but she began to narrate stories of 2 or 3 films while everyone else was waiting in queue. She was interested and she took down names of my movies and said, "Okay, the next time I see you." So I said, "Isn't the language, or isn't maybe the vocabulary of the film itself, are you okay with that?" And she said, "I think Indian films, Hindi films are very uplifting. And that really made my day, guys.
What might be a good idea is to get Dr. K to, Dr. Kiran Patel, to give you a sense of what the reaction in Tampa has been with regard to Hindi cinema, Bollywood, and how they're expecting it.
Thank you. I think, as I mentioned, the mainstream media is paying a lot of attention to Bollywood, and really the mention has gone up dramatically in the mainstream media. As far as the response of IIFA was concerned, as Subhas had mentioned, close to 20,000 tickets were sold. Almost 40% were in the Tampa Bay area. So naturally because of the location. But within the first day, when you sell 8,000 tickets from as far as Canada, the Caribbean, and rest of America, speaks for itself. So I believe that the enthusiasm, the people awaiting this type of an event to occur, and the pent-up demand can be seen from the response of the ticket sales. And so, like I mentioned, that for you to really witness this, you'll have to be in Tampa to enjoy it to the level it is. And hopefully, you will be able to experience all these when you are there physically.
I'm Asif Dubal with the IIFA television, and I've got a question with Subhas. It's not on. Vidya mentioned Vidya mentioned briefly about Kevin Spacey masterclass and stuff. So would you be able to elaborate a little bit about what is this masterclass with Kevin Spacey? Who else is sharing the stage? Is this like a workshop, or who are the fellow Indian actors or other CEOs and stuff? So what is this? Is it like a workshop, or explain a little bit how Kevin Spacey is involved in the masterclass thing.
Every year at the IIFAs, we have a film workshop. The film workshop generally features directors, actors, musicians. Sometimes we've gone into, like when we were in Amsterdam. The people in Amsterdam, cinema enthusiasts in Amsterdam, want to know Hollywood films have blitzkrieg across Europe, completely killing their film industry. They want to know, how has Bollywood survived the onslaught from Hollywood? They want to know, how does a song come in a war movie? And the big thing at that time was boredom. And we actually got JP Datta sir to get onto the stand and he had to defend his film. And what he did. So it's exciting to see the kind of reactions that people have and what their learnings need to be. So the workshop varies from country to country, city to city, IIFA to IIFA. The last couple of years we've had workshops on music. People have been very enthused as to how is a Bollywood song composed. I mean, there is a sequence to the story and where does it fall in. So we've actually, right before an audience, in about a 2 or 3 hour period, actually given 2 sets of lyricists, music composers, singers, and a director, 2 different scenarios, 2 different scenes. They've written a song for it, composed, and sung it right before, almost like it's a face-off. And it's been magical. We are right out here in America, where Hollywood and Indian cinema have been creating synergies all along. You've got Slumdog Millionaire, you've got Peter Pinto, you've got Aishwarya Rai, you've got Irfan Khan, Anupam Kher, you've had Robert De Niro in India, we've had Tom Cruise in India, Will Smith coming there to promote their films and promote their work. So that cross-border cinema is actually developing. We thought it's a great meeting place where 2 great actors, both highly accomplished, meet. And that meeting is between Kevin Spacey and Vidya Balan. They will engage with each other, probe into each other's skills and what it's all about, and then engage with that audience that is there. It's a very select audience of just about 200 people, and it's largely members of the Indian film contingent, the film industry, who are going to be there. So it's really actors and directors and producers who are in that audience who are going to engage and more than anything else, learn from each other. It's not about someone teaching, it's learning from each other and sharing secrets and stories.
Congratulations, Vidya.
Thank you.
Of course. I would take
Gurmeet Sodhi with PTC Punjabi. I have a question for Vidya Balan. 15 years since you started this with IIFA, 15 years you've been in the industry. You've created yourself and recreated yourself multiple times and done genres of movie. Where do we now see Vidya Balan going forward, and where do we see you recreating yourself again?
You know, I've been here 9 years. My debut film Parinita premiered at IIFA Amsterdam 9 years ago. So I've not been part of that journey for 15 years, but it feels like I have been. I think there's a long road ahead. I have an insatiable hunger. I'm a tigress when it comes to roles in movies. And I think this is a very exciting time for the Indian film heroine, because we're being offered extremely exciting parts, wholesome, substantial parts, which are very interesting and engaging and entertaining. And my greed gets the better of me, so I just think there are so many people that I have to still, whose lives I have to still live. I'm sure it'll only get better from here, inshallah. Thank you.
Yes, we have time for one last question.
Actually, I couldn't resist asking this question, that whenever we tell people about IIFA, their eyes lit up. You know, you, as being an actress, you probably attended so many other award ceremonies. From your perspective, what do you think is so special about IIFA? What is so different that sets its class apart from other award ceremonies?
First of all, witchcraft is what sets IIFA apart from everything else. And the fact that, you know, all of us look forward to IIFA, to be traveling together, to spending time, to be appreciating and applauding each other's works, the work that has happened through the year, the opportunity to meet fans, to build you know, a fan base wherever we go, earn more fans for Hindi cinema. I think all of this makes it very exciting. And the events that they have year after year are very unique. The IIFA award ceremony is a real spectacle. It's something that, you know, everyone must experience. Of course, I wouldn't take away from any of the other award functions that happen back home, but I do think that with IIFA, there's an effort to make every year memorable in a different way. And it's not just taking you to a different place, but something that's local is incorporated, you know, and there are great minds at work, I think, so. And they take great care of us, they pamper us, they spoil us, and we're all.
Truly we enjoy doing the pampering bit. And everything else that Vidya said actually humbles all of us.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, Baba from T1. Like, in which case you offer you a film, you know, will we do
For now, even if he offered me a role in House of Cards, I'd be happy. Thank you.
I was just wondering, like, you already have like a whole audience out there lots of people coming. Have you ever thought of making it also a distribution place for movies? Like, could people bring their movies and, you know, buy and sell?
There are years when we do a film festival. We do a film festival, we do an expo, etc. This time, for the first time, we have a trade expo when we've got companies and various trades actually showcasing their products, selling, etc. It's more B2C experience. Truthfully, we always have distributors who are really keen on taking Hindi films to their country, come to IIFA. And over the years, we've actually facilitated many of them to meet producers and directors. And we do it not necessarily on a commercial basis, we just do it because finally, that really is the reason why we do the IIFA. I mean, the growth you've seen in India for Indian cinema across international markets, it genuinely comes from the markets where IIFA has been to. So for us, that's an important agenda. And in fact, the expansion that we've seen for Hindi films in Australia, New Zealand, and some of the Latin American countries have actually been initiated by the IIFAs, not officially under the IIFA banner, because these are commercial enterprises and producers free to negotiate and engage with the other party, and it's a business. In fact, when we did the IIFAs in South Africa, the second IIFA ever, we screened a film called The Gun. Has anyone seen The Gun? Thank you. The film was staged in a place called Sun City. And at that particular time, Hindi films were screened in areas where Indians lived in South Africa and only as matinee shows. It was this screening that actually, and the IIFAs that happened in South Africa in the year 2001, that ended up opening up the market. There was so much of demand for this film, Lagan, from the next day. It had become a huge success, as everyone knows. Second day, Stir Kinnico, the theatre of the exhibition house, actually had to run the film across 5 theatres, and they were running their prints after a delay everywhere, and they were literally moving their prints around. So they had to do that for almost about a week till new prints came in to South Africa. That went on to open the market out. 2 years later, we introduced another film company called New Metro, which is another exhibition house. Today, when a Hindi film is released in India, it's released at the same time in South Africa, and not just South Africa, but across Africa. And that's really, that journey began at IIFA. So it's really something that we do passionately.
Marikota from Ishaqalil. As you know, so many Pakistani movies in America. Do you have any message for them from IIFA as well?
Absolutely. Assalamu alaikum to all the Pakistani viewers, fans, people who watch and love our movies. I just want to say, हम भी आपसे उतनी मोहब्बत करते हैं, शायद और भी ज़्यादा, और खुश रहिए, हमारी फिल्में देखते रहिए, खुदा हाफिज़. Thank you.
Yeah, IIFA is International Indian Film Academy. But like, you know, in a country like US, there's a huge Telugu and Tamil audience too. Like, for example, for a Hindi movie, you buy a ticket for $15, but then, you know, for a Pawan Kalyan movie or Rajnikant movie, you spend at least like $35 on the first day. Why didn't you include, like, you know, South Indian cinema too, like when you're doing it in US, Telugu market or the Tamil?
It's not really a question that Vidya can answer. To accommodate or to fit in one 3-hour, 4-hour ceremony, the multiple languages that we have across India is not, it's not impossible. It's a nightmare and it's impossible. So we really haven't, we've chosen not to do that within the current format of the IIFA awards. And that's the truth part, because we just can't fit it in. We love Telugu cinema, Malayalam cinema, and every other cinema. But we've also seen Mohanlal, Mammootty, Kamal Hassan comes and supports the IIFA every year. Vikram, etc. I mean, there are a whole lot of stars who actually come out to the IIFAs to really support it. But we are working on a celebration of a different nature. It's a different format altogether, different experience. Not everything has to be an award ceremony. So it's a different experience to really celebrate the cinema of the South. It's a project called IIFA Utsava. And that is something that we are embarking on, and work is underway.
My name is Milan Rahman. I'm working as a Bengali newspaper. His name is So you have a lot of Bangladeshi friends, and we are going to the IIFA. If you want to say anything about that Bangladeshi people.
Namaskar. সবাই আসুন আমরা সঙ্গে আমাদের সঙ্গে সেলিব্রেট করুন ইন্ডিয়ান সিনেমাকে হিন্দি সিনেমাকে আর ভালো থাকবেন খুব আদর থ্যাংক ইউ
Thank you very much.
So we'll please
You've
ask
been a big supporter. Just keep supporting the IIFAs. Keep supporting Vidya.
Please be seated. Thank you. Please be seated. Everyone, all media, guests, please be seated. We're gonna.
Where is the mic here? The mic here?
Get the mic.
Choreographers, please. We have a media briefing after.
Remove that cable.
Please clear the aisle, please. Sir.
Yeah, I know.
Excuse us.
Hi, how are you?
Truthfully, the IIFAs are paying awesomeness.
It's confirmed.
Thank you.
Thank you. So can you also give us a bite? Say your name, who you are, and what you're watching. You can give the mic.
I'm Sebastian Joseph, one of the founder directors of the IIFAs. I hope to be watching awesome television. The IIFAs are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome to USA, Joseph sir. And IIFA has trend, and Wishcraft has created its traditions into the award ceremonies worldwide. This time in Tampa Bay, how the IIFA is going to leave the image in the NRIs home away from the home.
Well, I think it's going to remind every Indian who's living in America, every South Asian living in America, that engaging with them and remind them that they represent a great culture and a great Indian cinema. Indian cinema is created for them, and the stars, the filmmakers, always have them in their sights. So it's really going to tell everyone and convince everyone that the Indian filmmaker cares about those living in America and everyone who lives outside of India too.
That's a really great news. Can you say more about the IIFA Storms, which is starting for the first time in the history of 15 years of IIFA celebrations?
On April 23rd, the Tampa Bay community will come out in strength to welcome the stars of IIFA, welcome the Indian film industry to Tampa Bay. And this is a festival called IIFA Stomp. It's being held in a place called Curtis Hickson Park, where you'll have an Indian Mela, you'll have DJs performing, singers performing, and the stars will come out there, wave, do photographs, autographs, everything that is engagement with people. It's really a celebration of who we are, what we are, and Tampa Bay saying, welcome to Tampa Bay.
What's the role of the IIFA coming to the America associated with the organizations as well as the CEOs which are going to connect now with the IIFA also?
We
not
have
from the investment point of view, or not from the investment or the financial part of it, but as a joint venture, or particularly those CEOs who are looking for the some kind of the expansions in their companies going into the global platform.
The FICCI IIFA Global Business Forum is focused on trade opportunities, business opportunities between India and America. So you've got great opportunities coming up with the CEOs who are representing Tampa, Florida, and America. And at the same time, those are coming in as part of the FICCI delegation to Tampa Bay. It's a fabulous delegation headed by Mr. Siddharth Birla, President of FICCI. It includes Mr. Didar Singh, the Secretary General of FICCI. It includes Mr. Narayan Murthy, Dr. R.K. Pachauri, Sam Pitroda. And really, it is a set of people, visionaries, business leaders, who are making their mark across the world. So they're going to be in Tampa Bay. So it's a great opportunity for everyone to engage, create business ties, and actually explore opportunities.
As a founder of the IIFA and a board director of the IIFA, what the message you would like to give it to the younger generations who are sitting in America, but they are looking that what is the Bollywood, how they can come to the film industry, or what kind of role they can play it, or what the IIFA can support to the younger generations in America?
The cinema represents the culture of a country, a culture of a people. The only message I can share with everyone who's in America is you can take the Indian out of America, out of India, and live in America, but you can't take the Indian out of the Indian. So cinema, Indian cinema is really the Indian out of the Indian. So it will always be there with you, and we're delighted to be bringing it to your doorstep to enjoy the experience.
Thank you once again, Joseph sir, and we are really welcoming you to the America to host the IIFA 15th celebrations to the Tampa Bay. Welcome to US. Thank you.
Right. No, of course, I'm going to be in Tampa through the IIFA weekend. The masterclass with Kevin Spacey is one of the things that I'm doing. I'll of course be attending the other, the events. I don't know how many of them, but the awards for sure. And I think it's one big celebration, So I think we all just go prepared to have a good time and just take it as it comes, go with the flow. So as a friend of IIFA, I think it's just, I'm happy to have come to New York. It's my favorite city in the world after home. And then we're going to Houston and then to Tampa, of course. So that really is my role as a friend of IIFA at this point in time. During the weekend, it will involve other things, but I think it's basically participating in the celebrations.
How does everyone feel now that everybody's coming to USA, big country, a huge celebration, and you and your colleagues, what is the feeling?
I think there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of excitement, like I said, one, because every year with IIFA, we all congregate, back home it's not, when we attend an award function, we go from different homes. Here we're all in more or less the same hotel, or, staying close to each other. So there's a lot of time to bond. So it's always party time for the fraternity. And I think America, people have their, like I said, away from outside of India, I think New York and Melbourne, I'd say, are my favorite cities. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm hoping that IIFA takes us to various places within the US of A, because there's so much one can do here. But we're glad to be starting in Tampa, and it is the cigar city. So I think a lot of my friends, are going to be excited about that. There's so much to do around Tampa. Um, you know, yeah, enjoy the Cuban culture.
As an ambassador of the film industry, anything you would like to tell our audiences?
I'd just like to thank everyone for enjoying our films, and I'd say Indian cinema has something to offer to everyone. You know, there's not one kind of film that we stand for. It is truly, it spells entertainment in its varied forms. So, whatever genre, whatever type of film you like, we have it for you. So just explore it, enjoy it. Yeah, thank you.
As an NRI and as a Indian American sitting out of India and now in US from last so many years, we can't leave the image of India being missing that India. But you are the one of the person who has got the highest civilian award, Padma Shri. While getting that award, how was your feeling?
I haven't received it yet. The ceremony is yet to happen, but the announcement happened one day before Republic Day, as is the norm. And I was and I am humbled, to say the least. I've been in films, in Hindi cinema for 9 years, and to say I've got far more than I bargained for or hoped for or imagined or prayed for, I think would be an understatement.
In the Bollywood industry, you are identified and you are established as a one-man actress. I mean, one-woman actress. How that image has been created without support of some like a godfather.
I think
from the Tamil industry also you came to the Bollywood industry.
Because I think I have the biggest godfather with me. What else can I say? Godfather, godmother. I think I've been brought up to believe that nothing is unachievable or impossible. So, because I've been brought up as an individual, not as a woman or as a girl. I think my identity as an individual comes first before anything else, before the other identities, which is why, I've never in my head felt limited. I've never thought that. And I think what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve.
People of America, what they can expect from the Tampa Bay, particularly as a Vidya Balan?
Of course, I'm doing the masterclass with Kevin Spacey at the IIFA Tampa Bay. But just an extravaganza. Firstly, it's a visual treat. To see the kind of magnificence and extravagance, the spectacle, the sheer spectacle that the IIFA Awards night is year after year. I think people who visit Tampa Bay during IIFA, during the weekend, will get to experience it firsthand. There are also millions, like Sabas was saying, 800 million viewers the world over who can share that experience even if they're not there in person. So I think there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. And besides this, like I was just saying, IIFA is about participating in celebration. So we'll all know there what each one is up to.
Thank you once again. Sponsored with Vijay, with the cameraman Raghu. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Hey Vidya, Bhupinder from Just Punjabi,
Hi.
Punjabi channel. So I wanted to ask, there are lots of award functions, but IIFA is of course one of the biggest. What is IIFA to you?
IIFA to me is a place where my life changed. When I was on that flight to Amsterdam, I was still unknown. I'd done a film that that would either open up the world for me or then would, and I reached IIFA with, I think I was very nervous and I was excited, and my entire family was with me, and which is why Sabas, Wizcraft, IIFA are very, very special to me, because I went there, they received me with a lot of warmth, but I was like, you know, the film premiered there, and then suddenly everyone welcomed me with open arms. That's what IIFA means to me. IIFA is really very special, it's magical, it's, like I said, it brings people together. Most importantly, it is one people, one world at IIFA.
And talking about your career, you were in Hum Panch as far as I remember, and from a TV actress to a superstar in Bollywood. What tips would you like to give to the TV stars nowadays?
Oh, I'm really no one to give any tips. I've just taken things as they've come. I enjoy being an actor, so for me, even when I was doing TV, when I was doing ad films or music videos, I never saw it as a stepping stone to films. I was behaving, I would treat everything with utmost passion and sincerity. I think enjoy what you're doing. Everything is special.
And how
I didn't really have a strategy. I never thought I'd be in the movies, considering I come from a non-film family.
How is it being married to SRK?
Gaudy. Do not think otherwise. No, I'm enjoying being married.
So we will watch Shadi Ke Side Effects, definitely. Some of my friends have already watched it. What are the biggest benefits of getting married?
I think you have a 7-Eleven 24/7 confidant, lover, roomie. I think, what can I say? It's been, when you're married to a person you love and who loves you, I think it's definitely special. That sharing is wonderful.
Well, thank you so much, and once again, welcome to New York.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll have one last question.
Vidya, I am from Bangladesh, so I work from Bangladesh newspaper. I have one question. You get very often go to the Bangladesh and part of the Bangla movie. If you got often, if you going to go on?
I would, like I said, I'm a greedy actor. I look for good parts, for good scripts. If I get offered a good part in a good script from a filmmaker in Bangladesh, I'll be more than happy to do it. I've never visited, as a matter of fact. Last year I came so close to visiting for a music festival, but I couldn't make it. Thank you.
For Divya Mirza's first productions, as well as the Sahil, who was the first director, how you correlated your role into the Bobby Jasus?
Dia Mirza and her fiancé Sahil Sangha are producing Bobby Jasus, and it's being directed by first-time director Samar Sheikh. I've enjoyed the experience. I never thought I'd play a female detective, and clearly I have a limited imagination, but it's been one of the most exceptional experiences for me as an actor. We did a workshop before we got into filming, so that really set the tone for what was going to happen through the film. We worked really hard, and I think we're hoping, I think we made a good film, and I hope everyone feels the same when they watch it. It should release mid this year, Bobby Jasus.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll take one last question. Lavina, ask your question, and that's it. Thank you.
Vidya, I was wondering, when you were growing up, I'm sure you went to cinema halls, sit in the dark, and watch movies. What were your feelings then? Did you ever think this would happen?
I never thought this would happen, but also because I never sat in the dark in a movie hall. No, I'll tell you why. Because that was a time when the video revolution had just happened. So people had stopped going to the theaters to watch films. It was only much later, in the 90s, that, in my school years, I was still in school, yeah. during Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, but I think Hum Aapke Hain Kaun was a film that changed things, started bringing people back to the theatres. That was maybe when I was in the 9th or 10th or something, and I think even for that, because I can't remember which grade I was in, because because of my studies and all of that, I couldn't go to the theatre in the initial phase of its release. But I did go and watch it finally in the theatre, and that is one of my first memories of going to a theatre. I also remember watching an English film first, A Beautiful World, something like that. It was a film that... No, not A Beautiful Mind. That's a Kevin Spacey film. No,
that's not.
That's a Russell Crowe.
The Russell Crowe film. No, yeah, sorry. No, A Beautiful World. Way back as a child, it had
it came out. It was the first color.
Yeah, I remember we'd been taken from school. All of us had been taken to the theatre. Otherwise.
But did you ever see yourself on the screen when you were watching even a video? Did you ever think of this?
I think Madhuri Dixit really did it for me. When I watched Ek Do Teen, I wanted to be junior Madhuri Dixit, and I think since then, every actor that I saw on TV, I'd superimpose my face onto hers.
Who's your idol, by the way?
Not one. I think over the years, it's Madhuri Dixit, Shabana Azmi, Rekha, Meena Kumari, Nargis, name them. I've just...
So you've probably seen shades of all these guys in your movies.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Sorry,
We
one
are running
last
out of
question.
time.
One last question. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Vidya. In IIFA is considered, a lot of people say that it is the Oscar of Bollywood. What do you have to say with this fixation of Oscar and...
I don't know about that, because while the Oscars are the most respected film awards this side of the world, I do agree that I'm a bit uncomfortable with such comparisons. I think IIFA is a great platform where our work is recognized. I don't know if you're aware, but 50% of the votes come in from fans who vote for their favorites amongst the work of various actors, directors through the year. But the rest of the 50% is voted for by the fraternity. So it is, I think, I'm very happy that my work is, that my work stands a chance at IIFA.
Thank you.
Any improved actress, their next step could be a producer or a director.
None of that. I'm too selfish. I have to be in front of the camera. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Please, all in the huddle, please, we can exit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For joining us.
John?
Thank you all.
I just wanted to give wishes from Nishant. You know Nishant? Who say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he works for me for Awesome. He takes your interviews. So he's mentioned you like poha very much.
Yes.
I'm Maharashtrian, so...
Oh, lovely.
Great. Because, there was no time today.
No, so sweet of you. Thank you.
Around this network, as well as... Hi, I'm Vijay Shah. I'm with the TV5, one of the largest South Asian Indian TV channel in India, and Mana TV is a web-based, one of the largest South Asian TV channel amongst the country in the US, among the world in the US also. I am with Dr. Kiran Patel, who is the person who has brought IIFA, 15th IIFA International Award to the Tampa Bay in America. It is a great pleasure to talk to Dr. Kiran Patel. Dr. Kiran Patel, thank you once again on behalf of Indian Americans to have the Tampa Bay IIFA International Awards. And what was the inspirations behind the IIFA bringing to Tampa, and how your NGO is going to support the IIFA?
Thank you, Vijay, for having me. I felt that art and culture is a medium through which we can transcend all barriers of race, religion, class, or creed. And what a wonderful way to introduce Bollywood to Hollywood and the Indian music, culture, and arts to the mainstream America. That's what inspired me to be part of IIFA. IIFA has used the star power to get the mainstream be involved into this, and also the second generation of Indian Americans are going to get exposure of Indian arts and culture.
What are the expectations of the global spectacles to come to the Tampa, and what are they will be really in reality visualizing the IIFA in the 23rd April to 26th of April?
I think it is very rare for you to find so many stars under one roof. The fact that there will be at least 100 or more stars, well-known people, coming to the stage under one roof is unheard of in United States, or for that matter, any part of the world. And IIFA is able to bring that type of star power to the one location. Also, there will be business communities and CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies from India coming to United States to participate and exchange in the business forums and promote business between India and United States.
What the message you would like to convey to the younger generations to inspire for the film industry as well as for your NGO where you are doing some religiously activities for the younger generations?
I think both for every human being there is a desire to do something good. And I believe that the IIFA platform will be a launching pad to show to people that not only there is music, art, and the glamorous side of it, but also their involvement in environment and other causes will help us promote the well-being of the world citizens and how to be helpful to others, especially in countries of need. As India now transcends and starts to become more of a superpower, it will have the responsibilities and roles of supporting weaker nations and encouraging them. And we as Indians will have to take that part, not forgetting that close to 60% of the people in India still need us, although there is a very wealthy, affluent class that is now being created in India. So hope through this medium we can convey the message that let us not forget the people who are left behind, and let us do what we can in every way to support the people in need. Thank you.
The last question, what the message you would like to give to the global world to come and see the IIFA at Tampa Bay?
I think both the weather, the state, the sand, the sea is something that the world should not miss an opportunity of being to. On top of that, you now have a star-studded cast that will be present in Tampa. So there is no better time or place to be in the world than Tampa Bay to witness this on the April 24, 25, 26. They can go on Ticketmaster.com, find the seats, fill up the planes, and come over to Tampa. We are ready to host you in a wonderful way that you will remember for your life.
Thank you, Dr. Kiran Patel. I am Vijay Shah with the cameraman Raghu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
అవార్డ్స్ ఏర్పాటు చేస్తున్న రావు గారు మొత్తం ఆయన అడిగారు is bringing our ethnic community with the IIFA movies and music for the Indians in this country and Caribbean islands. Our mission is to make these movies and entertainment as a enthusiastic to the Indian community and also as for all the Indians of North America and Caribbean islands. My main involvement, not only with me, my friend Dr. Sanjay Gupta, we are both involved, started a company called US Bollywood Enterprises LLC. We are working with the IIFA, and IIFA is nothing but India Film Academy Awards show, Bollywood show. This is the first time they are doing in America. Those people, IIFA people was in touch with me. వాళ్ళు నన్ను కూడా సహకరించమన్నారు. అందు గురించి వాళ్ళతోటి నేను వర్కౌట్ చేస్తున్నాను. My main theme is to make sure to bring together all music lovers of this country together as to make this our India as a prominent through music. You know, music is the entire world you can attract. So music is the industry to bring అందరినీ ఒక దగ్గర తీసుకొస్తుంది. మీకు
ముఖ్యంగా ఐఫాలో అంత ఎక్కువ బాలీవుడ్ సినిమాలు, హిందీ సినిమాలు, లేకపోతే అంతకైతే తమిళ్ మూవీస్ వస్తున్నాయి. సౌత్లో మన మీరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళండి, ఐఫాలో తెలుగు పాత్ర పెంచడానికి మీరు ఎటువంటి కృషి చేస్తున్నారు?
నేను యాక్చువల్గా తెలుగు తమిళ్ సౌత్ ఇండియన్ మూవీస్ అకాడమీ అవార్డ్స్ అని అడిగాను. వాళ్ళు అన్నది ఏంటంటే in order to select awards it will take 2 years minimum. They can't ఒక్కసారి రాలేరు. బట్ నేను వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను వాళ్ళతోటి, వాళ్ళు కూడా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. సో సౌత్ ఇండియన్ ఫిల్మ్ అవార్డ్స్ త్రూ ఐఫా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాం మోస్ట్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్లీ. ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ త్రూ బట్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ టైమ్. బట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ we are bringing this music and entertainment to unite people together as an Indian community and also the rest of the world. Music is a power of attraction.
ఐఫా ఉత్సవ్ అని సౌత్ ఇండియాలో చేయబోతున్నారని విన్నాను, దాని గురించి చెప్పండి. ఐఫా ఉత్సవ్
నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నాను, ఇంకా కొంచెం టైం అవుతుంది, కానీ వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. వాళ్ళతో మాట్లాడుతూ కొన్ని చేస్తాం, తప్పకుండా చేస్తాం. నేను ఐఎమ్ ఏ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ క్యాన్సర్ స్పెషలిస్ట్, బట్ మై ఇంట్రెస్ట్ హాబీ ఈజ్ కల్చర్ ఆఫ్ మ్యూజిక్ అండ్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్. దట్స్ మై హాబీ.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. వృత్తిరీత్యా డాక్టర్ అయిన మ్యూజిక్ అంటే తనకి ఇష్టమని ఐఫాలో చాలా కీలక బాధ్యతలు, అంటే సౌత్ ఇండియన్లో తెలుగు మూవీస్ అలాగే తమిళ్ మూవీస్ కూడా అవార్డులు ఇవ్వాలని డాక్టర్ రావు గారు కృషి చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. అయితే అలాగే ఐఫా ఉత్సవ్ కూడా అంటే సౌత్ ఇండియాలో ఒక ఈవెంట్ని చేయడానికి కూడా ఆయన కృషి చేస్తున్నట్టు TV5 తెలియజేస్తున్నారు. కెమెరామెన్ కోటేశ్వర్ రఘు, TV5.
Hi, this is Vijay Shah with the TV5, and I have a great privilege today to have Richa Yusuf, who is going to host this IIFA, the Bollywood evening, welcoming IIFA, all the delegates as well as the Vidya Balan, the friends of IIFA, today at the Royal Albert Palace on March 11th. Hi Richa, coming to the IIFA, what do you think that people will have, what expectations of IIFA, and what do you have the opportunity today to introduce IIFA to the global market?
I think it's a great privilege and honor actually to be a part of this, international fraternity. It's beautiful to just see, our stars going international. I think it's a pretty big platform for, newcomers and also our, stars who've been there for such a long time and never been so recognized on an international platform. So I think it's a great opportunity. I'm very pleased.
Looking to the friends of IIFA, Vidya Balan, the actress and who has recently been awarded the Padma Shri Award, which is the highest civilian award into the India. How do you feel about Vidya Balan coming to the Royal Albert Palace in New Jersey?
Vidya Balan, she's a very simple person, and people look at her and they're like so amazed by her work. She's so diverse, and I'm so pleased and I'm so happy that she got the award. Like Padma Shri is like the highest award you can ever receive in the industry. I think it's just so beautiful. Like I saw her, she's not just a beautiful person outside, but she's so beautiful inside, and she's a very well-deserving candidate for that award. So I hope that she wins.
How was the press conference today in the morning, and how was the craze outside the hotel when so many people are standing outside just to have a glimpses of the Vidya Balan?
I think it was just crazy. People were just, dying to just get her, to get her sign the autographs and get pictures with her. But she was so nice. She was so calm and sweet to everybody. Like, even I got a selfie with her. I was so happy. Like, yeah, seriously, we had lots of fun. Yeah.
Thank you once again, Richa. This is Vijay Shah signing off from the TV5. Thank you. Hi, this is Vijay Shah from TV5. I have Nishi here who is going to do the fashion show coordinations with the IIFA. Hi Nishi, welcome to IIFA.
Thank you so much, and I love to do this fashion show for IIFA. I've been doing fashion show for last 20 years and a beauty pageant in New York and in fact all over the United States. I do Miss India US pageant, I do fashion weeks, and I also have my own company called Panache Entertainment. That's what I do.
Thank you once again, Nishi. Really appreciate to have you on the stage. Thank you.
So much, Vijay.
Thank you. What? She wants to say something. Who? She says no.
Because just come on the TV.
Yeah, but she says no.
She says, yeah, I want to say something.
Ask her. Who is she?
Huh?
Who is she?
She's a doctor. So, come on TV.
कहाँ गया रघु? कहाँ गया? Where is Raghu?
She don't want to hear.
दूसरा माइक लेकर आ रहा। रघु कहाँ पर है? वो खाना खाने के लिए गया हुआ। Calling all beautiful.
शर्म नहीं आती आपको?
मैंने आपको बुलाया।
इंटरव्यू लेना है आपका?
No, 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 no.
I won't. Let's go. How do you think about IIFA? That's it. आपका IIFA के बारे में बोलना है बस.
I didn't know that is IIFA.
मारूंगा मैं.
आप पिक्चर ले लो बस. I didn't know that is IIFA.
This is not good.
He's my good friend.
Yes, so he owns 5 TVs.
Oh really? Nice to meet you.
TV5, Mana TV, Sudarshan TV, UNI TV.
Oh really?
And Cinema 5.
And how are you?
Farah or Farah Khan?
Farah Khan? Farah, just Farah.
That's just do like this so I can't see the light. Do like this so I know. Come on. Hi, this is Vijay Shah with TV5 and we have a Farah Khan who is the spectacle of the IIFA happening for the Tampa Bay. How do you think about the IIFA and how do you correlate that? What is your expectations for IIFA in happening in Tampa 5?
Honestly, I didn't know that what is an IIFA. I'm just coming and enjoy the night. That's it.
Well, that is not fair, Farah, but you have to say how do you feel about IIFA?
No, I didn't know that it's IIFA. Honestly, I'm just.
Thank you. Hi, this is Vijay Shah at TV5. I have a Sonam Sondi who has her own company, Chocolate Kisses, and she is also one of the sponsors in the IIFA. Sonam, welcome to the IIFA. Looking to the IIFA Bollywood fame, what do you think about IIFA happening into the Tampa, and what are the expectations where the people can have the sweetness of the IIFA spectacles during the 4 days program in Tampa Bay?
I think it's great. I'm really excited that IIFA is actually going to be held in our hometown. I think the Desi community is really coming together, really strong here. We're already excited. It's not even happening in New Jersey, and we welcomed Vidya Balan with open arms. I actually did a cake for her today as well, so it was really nice. She's very humble, very sweet. We can't wait for the rest of them to come. I know Preeti Zinta is coming. Saif Ali Khan is supposed to be joining us, but we're all very excited, and I think it's going to be great.
During the press conference, celebrity chef Sonam Sondi had brought the cake, which was amazed with the IIFA logo on it, as well as with the golden glittering was done, and people have tasted and they were so much so like it that they were saying that, oh my God, like IIFA cake was like a sweetness of the taste. Thank you, Sonam Sondi, to have with you today. Thank you. Vijay Shah signing off. Thank you.
Please grab a seat as the media as you can.
Hi, this is Vijay Shah with the TV5. I have a Miss India International Saloni Sawant who has recently won the title in India, and she is also recently have been run on the Atlantic City, and it was an amazing show happened by the Saloni Sawant. Hi Saloni, welcome to IIFA. And what do you think about the International Indian Film Awards happening into the Tampa Bay?
I believe that, wait, my own?
Yeah, your opinion.
Okay, about my awards or?
No, what do you think about the IIFA?
Oh.
They are live on the telecast.
Okay. I really enjoy watching the IIFA Awards every year, and I'm glad to be a part of it this year, and I'm very excited to meet the stars such as Vidya Balan, and I think they're very talented, and I'm very happy and excited to see them. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Saloni, to have with us. Thank you. Hi, this is Vijay Shah with TV5. I have Mr. Hetal Patel, who runs the Custom Petals company, and they sponsored the special kind of roses, where the roses had a engraved name of IIFA, as well as the pictures of Vidya Balan on special roses. And I have the sample of here, which you can see. There is a picture of Vidya Balan on the rose. Also, they have presented the roses to the Dr. Kiran Patel, to Joseph Sabas, who is the founder and chairman and the board member of the IIFA Wishcraft International. Hi Hetal Patel, what do you think and how was the response of Vidya Balan when you presented this flower to Vidya Balan?
Thank you for giving us a chance. Yeah, she was very shocked. This is a very different niche in the flower industry. It carries certain emotion with it. It carries a personalization, and I think everyone was pleased with the IIFA logos. We've also done the table decor at this event, and we're looking for a chance to be at IIFA.
Thank you once again for sponsoring the flower decorations today for the IIFA. Appreciate it, Mr. Hetal Patel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. As today we have a special guest, Mr. Dolly Kaul from the Eros International, and she has a absolutely tremendous experience in last so many decades for attending the IIFA Awards. Let's hear from Dolly Kaul how she feels about the IIFA.
Oh my God, like everybody else, I am too so excited about IIFA Awards to take place. We have been seeing the promos, we have been seeing the press conferences, we have been hearing from all the friends, and of course Kirit Patel, who is the promoter of it, and the buzz outside in the market is so charged up that everybody is waiting for it and can't wait for April 24th to come and for all of us to get the window into IIFA Awards, and really excited. And this is one award that is very, very credible, and they put 100% into it. And of course, being compiled by Wizcraft really makes it even so much more special. Thank you.
What do you think, and what are the expectations in the media industry by having the IIFA into the Tampa Bay this year and coming to the America for the first time?
Oh, the expectations are very, very high. First of all, we are all very sentimental about it because it's all happening in our own, so to speak, front yard. And they couldn't have picked up any better place than Tampa itself because it's so gorgeous, it's so scenic, it's so open. The scenery and of course the arrangement, I believe the way it's been made out, it's going to be very, very special. And I feel so far what I know, it's going to be one of those memorable IIFA awards that everybody will talk about in years to come.
Thank you, Dolly Kaur. Really appreciate your time. Thank you once again. Signing off, TV5. Thank you. Hi, this is Vijay Shah with TV5, and I have a Parul Patel from... Sorry. This is Vijay Shah from TV5, Rupal Patel from Arya Dance Academy. We have it today, the live performance in the IIFA as a Bollywood fever, and we welcome you, Rupal Patel here. And how do you feel about the IIFA?
Oh, we're very excited. First time IIFA is taking place here in America. Today we have a very dynamic performance for Vidya Balan and possibly performing as well in Tampa, our entire troupe of 30 people. So I'm very excited that IIFA has invited us. We're very honored to be a part of it and look forward to tonight's evening.
Thank you once again, Rupal Patel. Really appreciate that. Excuse me.
Alright, so sure.
Excuse me. Please, please.
Rizzo, everybody.
Giving the world a taste of the magic and madness. That is Indian silk. The IIFA weekend spends. Fashion extravaganzas. Film screenings. Media briefings.
Hi everyone.
Hi Vidya. Hello Vidya ji. Welcome to USA.
Thank you very, very much. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be back here. I'm missing Mr. Albert Jasnani. I wonder where he is. Thank you all for coming here. Thank you for the very warm welcome. I needed the warm welcome today. It's quite cold. I'm not used to this weather. But I'm extremely thrilled to be here to announce this year's IIFA at Tampa Bay, to welcome all of you. If you haven't got your tickets yet, there is a little time left because they're getting sold like hot potatoes. I think IIFA, like I said in the AV, it holds a very special place in my heart. I started my career there. Parinita premiered at IIFA in Amsterdam, and it's been 9 years since, and it's been a beautiful 9 years. I think the entire industry looks forward to IIFA because of all the fun, because of all the pampering, that Wizcraft and IIFA indulge us in, and everyone has a great time. It's a great spectacle. It's such an extravaganza on stage, you know, and it's viewed by 800 million people the world over. You have to be there to experience the magic. So, come on, come on. Am I going to see you at Tampa Bay?
Yeah!
I need to hear you louder. How many of you have got your tickets already? Proud of you. And those who haven't, you've not got your ticket. When are you getting your ticket? Right now? Okay. No, really, I think we're all going to have a wonderful time. So, see you at Tampa. Yeah? Thank you. अब जिस काम के लिए आई थी वो तो हो गया. शादी के साइड इफेक्ट्स देखी कि नहीं? 5 साल से देख रहे हो आप. ये बड़ा अच्छा जवाब हुआ.
हीरोज कह रहे हैं.
तो आपके हिसाब से साइड इफेक्ट्स अच्छे हैं? आपकी बीवी आपके पास बैठी है तो आप और कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकते. आप बताइए कैसे हैं साइड इफेक्ट्स? हाँ? शादी के आपके आप किसी और की शादी के बारे में बता रहे हैं तो मुझे थोड़ा टेंशन हो रहा है. नहीं, आपके अच्छे ही हैं. तो फिर आप रोमांटिक वीकेंड के लिए IIFA आ रही हैं? हाँ? बच्चों के साथ कि बच्चों के बगैर? एक बच्चे के साथ? ग्रेट. आप बताइए क्या है? आपकी शादी हो चुकी है? हाय, इनके चेहरे से लग रहा है कि मैं कुछ ना बोलूं तो ही अच्छा है. हाँ? नहीं, बेचारे तो नहीं लग रहे.
एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है, एक्सपीरियंस.
ग्रेट. Thank you. I want to spend more time with my husband, so I'm getting him to Tampa. Hi. Girl behind you. The lovely bow on her head. She's shy. Anyway, thank you very, very much. Hi. 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 और अभी मैं कहूँगी bye bye. See you at Tampa Bay for IIFA. See you, good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya ji.
So if you guys are interested in getting the tickets, go online, ticketmaster.com, IIFA Awards event. On March the 15th, we go live, Magic of the Movies. It is to celebrate the filmmakers who help Indian cinema with their creativity, technical, and musical contribution to India's cinema. VIP corporate hospitality packages give you a true Bollywood star experience. Seating in nominee enclosure, walk the green carpet.
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। जरा मुझे तालियों की आवाज आनी चाहिए, कोई बैठा हुआ है यहाँ पे। अच्छा, ट्रैक प्लीज। ने
great pleasure today to have Sabaz Joseph, who is the founder of Witchcraft and also co-founder of IIFA, the pinnacle of entertainment, Bollywood entertainment. And also we have Dr. Kiran Patel, who brought IIFA to Tampa, to USA for the first time in history of USA entertainment. So we're really delighted to have them. When was the last time you saw a show you cannot forget? Any guesses? Do you remember Unforgettable? That was the show brought by Witchcraft. And now they have taken the next step in bringing IIFA to USA, the show which you all already know, the best show in the world for Bollywood entertainment. So I'm going to invite Dr. Kiran Patel on the stage to speak few words, what inspired him to bring IIFA to USA so we can enjoy it.
Witnessing is our Indian culture and heritage. When you take it to several notches up and you see the glamour of Bollywood, which we have always enjoyed from a distance on a screen or a TV,